What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And for today's topic, I decided to talk about the feeling of emptiness that I go through normally on a day-to-day basis. I feel like this is a great time to talk about it, especially now that things are opening back up because of the pandemic, and mental health is starting to become a major thing, a major issue that we're starting to take seriously and convey and seek help and talk to professionals. So I thought it was a great thing to talk about this, especially when it's something that we all deal with. For me, that feeling of emptiness, I it's actually worse than anxiety for me. It's that feeling that of like numbness in a way, and I think that might be the best way I can describe it. It's like that numbness and that somebody's like always stepping on your chest, and you can just never get that foot off. And it's this constant just pressure, this feeling that you're just like that your like entire like heart or your emotions is like getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and like and to a point where you're about to explode or you're about to die, depending on the situation. And for me, it really is the worst feeling in the world. um, this is something I always want to talk about. Hopefully I get to hear you guys' story on it. But that feeling of emptiness, it's one of those things you just like you can't run away from. It's very difficult to manage because you be having a time in your life, whether you're by yourself or with a group of people, and it can completely ruin your experience or or the entire moment that you're just living in. And it's one of those things. It's probably actually the major thing I'm working on right now because it can like really turn my day around in seconds, not just like in hours or anything. Um, and I'm really happy to just have a platform like this to kind of speak on it. Because this is something I've always wanted to talk about, um, and hopefully build an audience around so I can hear other people on how they deal with it. Because it's actually something I actually deal with every single day, whether it lasts for 5 minutes or maybe even the whole day. And there's those times where it's completely horrible to a point where like I can have suicidal thoughts. I feel like vomiting, or like I just feel like really drowsy in a way. And like how I said before, it's like that it's that numbness feeling you get. Like you don't feel anything. And I mean physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like you don't even care what's going on around you because you're so badly affected by it that you just don't feel any type of pain. And I know that might sound like it's kind of good, but it's bad if you're actually dealing with it. And I just wanted to get that out there because it's one of those things I feel like it's not talked about a lot. You know, when you hear mental health, you think of depression and anxiety, nervousness. But this one is like, it's one of those feelings that it's like I know I have to go through it because there's only one way out of it. And I know, and I feel like this type of emotion is like almost the same, if not similar, to everybody else's feeling when it comes to emptiness. And for me, it's something I still go through. And there's days where I don't even know if I'm getting better at it or if it's getting worse. It's really tough to like always tell what's going on. But always the worst part, like what I said earlier, is when you're really having a time of your life and you're with your loved ones, your family, and you just start to think outside the box a little bit. And you're like, yo, like this is, like I'm never going to get this moment back again. Or I might lose all this eventually. You know, when you're with your family, your loved ones, you know, you're not going to see them forever. Eventually they're going to pass on and move on to whatever universe, whatever planet, other game that we're currently living in right now. And that's something that I just constantly think about. And it's a blessing that I think about that at such a young age, but at the same time, there's like a con to it. Because it allows me to it allows me to put myself in a situation to enjoy my moments and to always emphasize to myself that I'm living in the time of my life. And not just because I'm young and I'm blessed to have a 2-parent household and all that and have family that actually loves me. I'm really saying it because it's something you have to push past, because we're all going to deal with it, whether you're in your 20s, your 40s, your 60s. It's going to hit you eventually one day, and it hits you like a truck, man. Like it's the worst feeling. There's times where I just want to completely just cry. It's weird, and I'm a person who's physically fit. I work out. Um, I take care of my body. I meditate. I yoga. I eat right. Um, but there's just certain things or certain days where I don't even feel human. I feel like I'm just completely, my spirit, my aura is completely just removed from my body. And it's so weird how the brain is so powerful in it, and it just shows you all these tricks that that you believe is real, but it really isn't. And I just really want to convey this message because I would love to hear other people's stories on this, and because I don't really hear it as often, and I do hope it's something that's talked about as much as I like to talk about it, because it really is the worst feeling to me. It is worse than anxiety and depression because it's something you just cannot lift off. Anxiety and depression, there's so many ways to get distracted by it and to kind of remove that feeling. But that feeling of emptiness, it's like you kind of have to do everything you possibly can to kind of remove that. And it's really a tough one because it can come back to you in the next 2 seconds, and it's the worst feeling in the world. And I know this type of topic isn't extremely descriptive because there's so much about it that there's really nothing to talk about, because it's one of those things that's so hard to describe, because it's really just like a numbness, that feeling of just not existing and feeling alone, feeling very emotional. And I just want to let you guys know that that's something I'm actually currently dealing with right now. No matter how happy I am, no matter the type of environment I have in front of me, I always constantly go through that feeling. And it's a blessing that I'm still alive to this day. I'm still pushing to manage through it. But hopefully I get to see your guys' comments or your reactions or stories of how you guys managed through it. Or if you had similar experiences, to tell me more about it. And to share this video, to see how many other people go through it. But yeah, that's pretty much it about emptiness. It's not a whole lot about it for me as I'm continuing to manage through it in my life. I just want to let you guys know what I go through currently, and hopefully whatever you guys are going through, you get past it, especially as this pandemic goes away, so we can move on from the year we had before. But as always, I really do love you guys. Please share this video to as many people as possible. Like it. Give me your reactions. Give me your comments. Anything. I'll leave the link in the bio of my email, my contacts, anything like that. If you guys want to talk to me about it. I have another channel that talks about a business that I'm building to help people convey the types of emotions they feel on a day-to-day basis. And I'm working really hard on it. There's so many ideas I have in my head of the types of things I want to do. But I can't wait for you guys to see it. I currently have the shop up on all my social media ads, but my store isn't open yet because I don't have the printer right now to print off my designs. But once I do, I'm gonna have it set up on the shop, and then I'm gonna launch it, and then I'll let you guys know when, if you're interested. If not, just click off the video, and that's cool. You can unsubscribe. It doesn't matter to me. Either way, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.